if they're coming to you, it's meant for you. If these people are coming to you, it's meant for you. You have everything you need. Welcome, Badass Manifester. I am so glad you are here. I'm your host, Ashley Gordon, master mindset and manifestation biz coach and multiple six-figure entrepreneur obsessed with empowering you to create quantum leaps in your energy, your life, and your business. Together, we'll make magic your everyday normal, bringing you the highest vibrational content to power your conscious and subconscious mind with manifestation and mindset tools, teachings, and experts to put your potential into action. Consider this your weekly up level. Here's the quantum transformation, baby. Say it with me. Let's do this. What's up, Badass Manifestors? Happy Monday, or whatever day you listen to this. I hope you listen on Mondays because it kind of kicks off the week. Manifestation Monday. Hey. Okay, so solo episode means we do a shout out. So if you don't know, I love to shout out iTunes reviews for anyone that leaves them to just make people feel seen and heard, and I really appreciate all of your reviews. So if you would like a shout out, go to iTunes, hit the 5 stars, leave a review, and you might hear your name on the podcast. So today, I want to give a shout out to Josh Christ. He left a 5-star review and said, empowering, insightful, and actionable. Whether you're already deep into the journey of authentically manifesting the life of your dreams or just getting started organizing your aligned business and lifestyle, this is a must-listen podcast for you. Ashley does an incredible job leading conversations that cover the entire range of mental, emotional, spiritual, and social challenges. We all face learning to cultivate a thriving enterprise and life you can be proud of. True. From leaders who've actually walked the path, highly recommend listening and subscribing. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate it more than you know, and I want to commend you for taking the time to write a review. It means the world, and it really helps the podcast get out there. So shout out to you. So if you want to be featured on the next solo episode, go right now, pause, go to Apple, leave your review on iTunes, and I cannot wait to shout you out. So on today's episode, I am going to be talking all about really manifesting your business and manifesting your expertise in whatever it is that you're creating. And you can apply this lesson today even if you don't have a business. So I know some of you are on that journey and some of you aren't, and that's perfectly fine. But just take the overall message and apply it to your life in the best way possible. And I know that you're going to love today's episode. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm really excited to dive into today's episode. And before I do, I just wanted to send you all so much love and just let you know that, whatever you're experiencing right now in this pandemic, in this time, it's totally normal. And something I realized and recently heard is that, everyone is getting their own curriculum right now. Everyone is on the path, and whatever's coming up for you right now, it's really valuable. So don't just numb out and glaze over it. Really acknowledge it and dive into it and look at it and be willing to kind of dig into it a little bit more. But that's all I want to say about that. I see you, I feel you, and I'm sending you all my love. And I'm really excited about today's episode because today's episode is all about manifesting your expertise. And whether you have a business, you're on the journey of creating a business, maybe you aren't a business owner and have no desire to be, that's perfectly fine. I think you'll find a lot of value in the things that I'm going to share with you today. And, whatever I talk about, even if it is business, you can usually take that and apply it to anything in your life because we're talking about energy at the end of the day. And I wanted to share a little bit about my journey, as a coach and how I kind of started as this spiritual life coach, manifestation coach, which is what many people, come to my content for, especially on the podcast. And it's kind of evolved a lot. And if you're on that journey, you're probably evolving too. And when I first started, I was literally coaching anyone on anything. I was coaching women on, things that they, like, I was coaching 18-year-olds in college and things that they were dealing with in college. And then I was coaching a 70-plus-year-old lady who was dealing with, different things that had to do with her age and her time of life. And I was helping someone else with their relationship, and then I was helping someone else with their finance. I was just doing so many different things, but the one thing that remained through it all is like, it doesn't necessarily matter what the thing is. It doesn't matter what the thing is that you're coaching someone on. It matters that you coach their energy. Like, you're coaching their energy. And if you know how to coach energy, you know how to coach anything. But I knew that, but that didn't come to me until, later down the road. So as I started to coach all these different people on different things, I started to get very burnt out and realize that I don't necessarily have an ideal client. And I was, going through all this stuff. And then I started to look at every single client and say, okay, this person has a business, that person has a business, that person has a business. And it turned out the majority of the people that I was working with had businesses. So I was like, oh, I work with spiritual entrepreneurs. And then I switched from spiritual life coaching to spiritual entrepreneurs, coaching them on their energy and manifesting. So the point I'm getting to is that I eventually switched gears. As my business started to grow, people started to come to me and say, well, how are you doing that? Coach me on how to build my business. And that was something that I struggled with a lot in the beginning, because I definitely felt like a fraud of like, I'm not a business coach. And it was undeniable. People were coming to me, coaches were coming to me. And so I had a lot of one-on-one clients in 2019. I was inundated in the best way possible, but it didn't leave a lot of room for creating other things. And it really took up all of my time. But what I realized through coaching all these different people on similar things, I'm like, okay, I'm basically coaching the same stuff in all these different sessions. I wonder if I can bring it all together. And that's kind of how my mastermind was born, Manifesting Max Impact Mastermind, which is a mastermind for coaches on how to build their businesses. And it was kind of my plan to exit one-on-one coaching and kind of go into smaller, more intimate groups. So let's just backtrack a little bit before all that happened and people started coming to me for business coaching. I told my my friend, Lauren Liz Love, Badass Business Babe, you guys probably know her. If not, definitely check her out. I went to her and I was like, I just don't feel like a business coach. Like, I just feel like a fraud when I even say that. Like, I was so resistant to calling myself a business coach because in my mind, I was like, everybody's a business coach, And it's not necessarily a good thing. There's people that are teaching business that maybe shouldn't be teaching business. And the same thing with coaching, which is why QCA exists, but that's a whole nother thing. So she said to me something that really stood out to me. And if you're a coach or you're on this journey, or maybe you're on a journey of discovering yourself, this will resonate with you too. She said, if they're coming to you, it's meant for you. If these people are coming to you, it's meant for you. You have everything you need. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe she's right. So that really helped me because I was like, yeah, this is happening for a reason. People are coming to me, and it's not because I'm not good enough to coach them or that I don't know what I'm doing, even though that's what I told myself for a long time. It was because that was the way that my business was meant to evolve. And a lot of new coaches will start with the idea of like, I think I'm supposed to be a coach because the same thing's happening to them, where people are coming to them. They're that person that people come to, right? And it just gets refined and refined and refined as you grow your business and you step into your truth. So with all that being said, I had a lot of limiting beliefs when that started happening. And, I just said to myself, I'm not a business coach. Like, I don't know enough about business, even though I was creating 10K plus months in my business, I was like just telling myself, I don't know enough. I'm not a strategy person. I'm an energy person. What if I mess this up? What if I'm not good enough? All the gremlins just came on in. And then I got this great download from this money meditation where the man was giving us mantras, and he's like, you're amazing at managing money. You have $1 million business ideas. You're amazing. You have amazing ideas. You're an amazing creator. And he was just giving us all these affirmations, and like, affirmations, like just, it was kind of like a duh, but it was a very big light bulb moment for me where I was like, what am I doing complaining that I don't know enough? What is that? How is that helping me? How is that supporting me in anything that I'm doing? I was like, manifest your business success. Manifest your expertise. Start telling yourself that you are really good at business, that you know exactly what you're doing, and start to reprogram yourself to actually become an expert at the thing that people are coming to you for. It's not like I needed to read more business books, and it's not like I needed to get blah, 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 and go to business school and all that shit. Like, you can learn all of that stuff, sure. But at the end of the day, like, your belief system, like, you can learn all that stuff and still not think you're good enough, you know? So at the end of the day, I was like, I am amazing at this. And I really started to practice this, and I started to change my language. And instead of saying, I don't know what I'm doing, even in my own business, as I was growing my business, entrepreneurship, I say this all the time, it's like the Avicii song, feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. It's just kind of like, I don't know where this journey will end, but I know where to start. And it's right here. It's in your heart. That's what's guiding you. That's what led me. But along the way, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. If you hear anything, they're putting a ceiling fan in the room next door, by the way. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is the right decision. Do I do this? Do I post that? Do I do that? Do I do that? And I just would drive myself up the wall with questioning so many things. Like, I don't know enough. I don't know enough. I don't know enough. But guess what that's manifesting? Guess what that's telling your subconscious mind? It's telling your subconscious mind that you don't know enough. Now, before I go further, okay, so like I started to tell myself, I am amazing at business. I am this. I am that. I am. And I started to really amplify that energy, and I started to believe it. And while that energy was being rewired through these affirmations. Now, affirmations have a caveat because you actually have to believe it. Like, I had no resistance around just flipping the script, and that might not be as easy for some people. Like, you might tell yourself you're an expert at whatever it is you want to tell yourself, but you might not fully believe it, and that's the work that needs to be done, right? Like, all that deeper belief system work. But I believed it. I was like, I've done this business so far. I've built it to where it's at. I've manifested the podcast to be so big. I've done all the things. I can manifest being an expert at business. Okay. As soon as I started to change my mindset, as soon as I started to change my languaging, guess what happened? Everything started to blow up exponentially. My clients started to blow up. My clients started to have, they started to launch programs. They started to manifest ideal clients. They started to have 5K months. They started to have $25,000 cash months. My clients have written books. My clients have launched podcasts. They've helped so many people ripple out their energy into the world. Like it's a ripple. Now, every one of us has a ripple, right? And we're all part of the bigger ripple. And I sit here and think, if I didn't change my mindset around that, if I didn't change my language around feeling good enough at being a business owner, feeling good enough at teaching other people business, what would happen if I didn't do that? And this is a really powerful question to ask yourself. It's like, what would happen if you don't get your mindset right around something? What would happen if you don't tell yourself otherwise? And I just think of all the people that wouldn't be impacted, right? If my clients didn't come to me for business and didn't learn from what they needed to learn from our sessions and be coached on what they needed to be coached on, how many other people would not be impacted from the work that they're then going to go out and do? Does that make sense? It's so crazy when you think about it that way, and the impact that just changing one simple belief, but even the belief that's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, changing it to, I know exactly what I'm doing, because that's the way the subconscious mind works, you guys. If you start to tell yourself you know the answers, you know exactly what to do, and you stay consistent with that, your subconscious mind is going to give you the answer every time. You know why? Because your subconscious mind is obedient, just like the universe. Subconscious mind is like a railroad track. And it's on the railroad track of whatever you tell it to be on. You tell it to be on the I don't know, on the one way ticket to I don't know land. Guess what? You're never going to know. You're not going to have the answers. You tell it that you do know, it's going to give you the answers. It's so powerful. You're that powerful. You're more powerful than you could ever imagine. So start telling yourself the things that you actually want to hear, because your words are so powerful. They can cut you, or they can be your wand to help you create magic. And it's our decision. And it takes a higher level of awareness of caring about the things that you think and the things that you say in order to really hone what it is that you're creating. So I want to ask you, what do you need to stop telling yourself so you can start telling yourself something different? Because if you're locked into that lack belief, those lack words, you're locked out of all the abundance. So whatever you're locked into, you're locked out of the opposite, right? So it's really important to start to hone in on the things that you say to yourself, because your words are your wand. Literally, it's creating your reality. So try this on. Try manifesting something through deciding, no, I am a badass creator at this. Like, the one thing that you tell yourself you're bad at over and over and over again. So I've been practicing this also with interior design because I can make a graphic like the back of my hand. I can make art on Canva. Yay. But when it comes to, like, we're redoing our bathroom right now, I get so in my head about colors and textures and putting things together, and I don't trust myself with it. And I'm like, I suck at this. I say it about math too. Like, I suck at math. I'm horrible at budgeting. Those things that you say about yourself, about your life, they're creating more of it. So I started to flip my script. I know how to design a bathroom. I've got this. I've got this is so powerful too, right? Just telling yourself, I've got this. I can do this. Really being your cheerleader and your own advocate. You know, we seek that external validation all the time, but you need to start giving it to yourself, because ultimately somebody else could say it to you and your mind's just like, nah, like rejecting that. But if you start to say it to yourself, you'll start to believe it the more you say it. So inside my freebie library, I have affirmations already written out for you guys. I have money affirmations, love affirmations, self-love affirmations. So you can go check that out. We'll link it in the show notes. And if you're on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio and you can get access to the freebie library right there. Affirmations are beyond powerful because they help you rewire your subconscious mind. And it's really cool. Really, really cool. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you got some golden nuggets for yourself to take away and implement, because that's my goal, is just to give you the nuggets and implement them. And I want to invite you to something that I'm hosting, which is the Manifest Max Impact Mastermind. So it's a 3-month container for 7 women, 7 coaches who are ready to level up their business with implementing the right soul aligned strategy to actually take them to what they want to create. This mastermind is for beginners, and I really love helping the newbie, like baby coaches, some people call them. I don't not necessarily like that, but really I like to help baby coaches step into their big coach energy and make the impact that they want to make on the world. Manifest, max, impact, 100, keeping it 100. We've had very successful rounds of the mastermind where women have wrote books, they've launched their podcasts, they've launched their businesses, they've manifested 5K plus months consistently. So much magic happens in a container filled with women who are ready to support each other. Just getting the feedback from the last round, the support was like one of the most valuable things that they've ever received. And my one-on-one coaching is super high level, and this is the next best way to work with me. It's almost like having me as a one-on-one coach. There are one-on-one sessions included, and from soup to nuts, you'll get the support you need to launch and grow and scale your coaching biz. So if you're interested, we are starting in June. There's 5 spots available. You can email me, email hello@manifestwithash.com, hello@manifestwithash.com, and just subject it mastermind, and we will see if it's a good fit, because I'm all about bringing the right energies of women together. So together, we'll manifest our businesses and blow the F up, and I can't wait. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, for tuning in, for being a true blue. And if you're brand new to the Badass Manifestor podcast, welcome to our crew. We are the Bam Fam. Bam Fam. And today, you can't see me, but I look like Bambi. Not Bambi. Bambi. Bam Bam, because I have a little, I don't know, scrunchy in. Anywho. I hope that you guys have such a great day. If you have comments or questions about this episode, feel free to drop them in the Badass Manifestor Facebook group. If you're not in the group, find the group, search it, Badass Manifestors, and I'll be there to answer your questions and support you. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Woo! We did some work today because that is how we roll. Thank you so much for listening. You know I love my BAM fam. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who you know would love it too. How can you support the show? Make sure you're subscribed, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review on iTunes and let me know how the podcast has impacted you. It truly means the world to me. I love being part of your real-time journey, so screenshot this episode and tag me and my guests on IG at Manifest with Ash. Say with me, I am my own power source. I am the master of my own energy. I deserve everything I desire. Now go get 'em.